we saw that we shall be dealing with many perturbed gauges. Because of the gauge freedom, there is not one fixed perturbed gauge, but there are many perturbed gauges. So this means that we shall be doing lot of gauge transformations, lot of transformations for the perturbed quantities that we calculate in one gauge and then we transform them to another gauge. So this means we need a framework, we need set of equations that we can use to transform the quantities from one gauge to another gauge. Okay, so in order to develop those set of equations, let us define two gauges, two perturbed gauges, and let's start with the notation for these two perturbed gauges and then derive the set of transformation equations from one gauge, one of these perturbed gauge to another perturbed gauge. Okay, so this is the notation that we are going to follow to develop the transformation framework. First, the background universe, we are going to denote the coordinates, we are going to denote with x alpha. For the perturbed gauge 1, this is perturbed gauge 1 and this is perturbed. Its coordinates we are going to denote with x alpha caret. Gauge 2 is also perturbed and we are going to denote its coordinates with x alpha tilde. So what does this mean? That if we take two perturbed gauges, then we are dealing with three coordinate systems, three different coordinate systems, one for the background, one for gauge 1, perturbed gauge 1, one for perturbed gauge 2. And what does that mean if I take one single point? As we discussed in one of our previous videos, that if I take one single point, then that point has one set of coordinates in one coordinate system. It has a different set of coordinates in another coordinate system because you are changing the coordinate system. So naturally the point will have different coordinates. So if I take one fixed point, it will have one set of coordinates here in the background, another set of coordinates in gauge 1 and another set of coordinates in gauge 2. Okay, then another thing to appreciate is one set of coordinates. If I take one set of coordinates, which means let's say for example I take 1 0 0 0, 4-dimensional coordinate system. So that means 1 0 0, if I give x alpha 1 0 0 0, the value of x alpha is 1 0 0, it points to one coordinate, it points to one physical point, it will point to different physical point, and it will point to a different physical point in gauge 1 and in gauge 2. So one coordinate is the same, but because the coordinate system is different, so if you take the same value of coordinates, then the points will be different. So in this case we will be looking at three different points. If I assign the one same value to these coordinates, then the points will be three different points. And because these coordinates are slightly perturbed, this coordinate x alpha tilde and x alpha caret are slightly perturbed from the background. So when I take one point and three set of coordinates, that means those three set of coordinates are very close to each other, and that means the difference between these coordinates is of the first order. Same applies to if I take one set of coordinates and I end up having 3 points. That means those points are physically located very close to each other, so close to each other that the distance is very small between the two, between a pair of these points. So for example, if I say in the background universe corresponding to 1 0 0 the point is P, in gauge 1 the point is P1, and in gauge 2 the point is P2. P1 and P2 are located very close to each other. The distance between one pair, say P and P1 or P1 P2 or P2, is of the first order because their points are physically very close to each other. So this transformation vector is I think I should leave it for the next video, and let's leave it here for today. See you next time.